We fully repaired? We are. Hoping we can crush that before their reinforcements arrive. Sweden's not budging, Sweden's budging. Right, let's run over here. And confirmed. You cannot control where those ships go. We did, however, manage to get out and reinforce. Get all of our galleys together, I mean, in one spot. We'll need to do some repairs, but that fight did not last long enough to actually suffer any losses. And we can now build another one. Please do. Where are you going? Stralsund. You are locked in. Well, come at me then, Sweden. -3 without a general. Mistake! Stack wipe. Yeah. Well, I guess if we keep doing that, then we can beat the Swedes. Still on 36, though. It's going to take quite a lot of doing that to beat the Swedes. What's my war exhaustion at? 4. Yeah. Being blockaded is not helping. Okay, so Sweden's navy is leaving. Let's see if we can bust out again. Perpetual Diet in Augsburg. From the present day henceforth, the Imperial Diet shall sit in continuous session in the city of Augsburg, rather than on an ad hoc basis as previously. This step will surely increase the cohesion of the Empire and help formalize the relationship between the Emperor and the princes. On the other hand, it also makes Augsburg a prime target for those wishing to do harm to the Empire, for a safe and secure society. So the Emperor now gets 50% more Imperial authority from free cities. And that's it. Oh, those were ships actually dying. I thought they were red and then running away. Okay. I'm still learning how the new naval mechanics work, so I'm expecting to take losses early on. Oh, I can finally choose a doctrine. How about galley combat ability? Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Time to give the middle finger to Austria then, I guess. The HRE is tired of the temporary fad diets. Very good. I beg your pardon, I do have galleys. They just keep dying. Right. What was I doing? New election. Who are we electing? Probably a diplomat at this point. Come on, somebody younger. 43, you'll have to do. Please don't have a bad trait. God damn it! Yeah, that's reform number 5. They're up to here. So the next one will be HRE mercenary recruitment costs will be down. And then Ewige Landfriede, which will disallow internal HRE wars. Guild restrictions and naval supplies. The trade of naval supplies in Lubeck has sparked conflict in Rostock. Merchants who want free rein to buy and sell these goods believe the guild controlling its manufacture is grown too powerful. In their eyes, it is now nothing but a cartel causing harm to the economy. The guild leaders, on the other hand, argue that their organisation is making the production of naval supplies more efficient. Whichever side we come down on, those who oppose the policies are likely to suffer, or even sabotage their own activities to make a point. So trade power goes up, production efficiency goes down. or vice versa. Oh no, unrest and production efficiency. Unrest isn't a huge problem at the moment. Oh, I forgot that ship built over there. That's irritating. Alright, Schleswig, not a good place to build ships. I mean, Lubeck having more trade power would certainly be nice, but we already have a huge amount of it. So I'm going to take the production efficiency. Alright, so if I were to piece Wolgast out now, what could I actually take? Three countries would get coalition, but that is not enough to cause an actual coalition war. Yeah, taking Wolgast would piss off a lot of people. And Poland did indeed take Danzig. Gdansk. They really do need to fix this screen covering the tick. Okay. I don't think we're going to be able to force religion or humiliate you this war. Who's a costly trade embargo on? Denmark. With Austria's arrival, they're likely to declare war on us. True, but we do have Poland, Lithuania, and the Trade League. Like, defensively we are very strong. It's offensively we tend to struggle a little. Do it. And now we need to core this stuff as quickly as possible. Cool. Right, head back to Lubeck. And get back to drilling. The vast and endless sea. Unlike the calling of the battlefields on land, a matter of duty and a search for glory, the sea calls to many free spirits who care little for such things. Stories of sailing the oceans of the world and the past expeditions of the Lubeckian fleet are retold by old sailors as adventures. Many of the great sights remembered, many of the great sacrifices forgotten. Is it any wonder, with such a legacy, that the youths of Lubeck yearn for the vastness of the sea? Many more have come to join our navy over the past year. Some may end their lives at the bottom of the ocean, but those who return are sure to keep these stories alive. Awesome. That allows me to build more galleys. Thanks! Wolgast is no longer a valid rival. Free Company is no longer available. It is available. And now we have the Grand Company and the Independent Army available. So our choices have just increased. We can send these guys back to port to rally into a new fleet, which will start protecting trade in Lubeck again. Now, we actually still control 58% of the money there. We control only 50% of the money in the Baltic. I'm wondering if we want to start stealing money away from Sweden more than Denmark. I think we probably do. And Austria, I'm going to have to go ahead and rival you. Who are Austria's rivals? France, Bohemia, and me. Well, that's who they've rivaled. So Bohemia, this could well be the beginning of a long and fruitful relation. As mutual rivals to the illegal power that is Austria. And Austria has got nobody voting for them. Bremen's left. Oh, Bremen's left. That's a mistake. Because that's a port I really want. And you're only allied with Hamburg and Flanders. And we really need to try and get rid of some of those loans. They're costing quite a bit. And in fact, who are my other rivals? Savoy. Yeah, Savoy is a pointless rival. I need to make Sweden a rival. How do I cancel you? I can't. Not for another 4 years. So in 4 years' time, we'll switch Savoy out for Sweden. And then we'll embargo Sweden. Speaking of which, bugger off. We need to embargo Austria. Just a question, how do you reduce liberty desire? The best way of doing it is increasing relations with that country. So that's why I immediately set a diplomat onto improving relations with them. Also, another good way of doing it is just developing them. So if you go to the macro builder, go to development, and then click on include subjects, then you can start actually developing their country. That gives you a huge amount of liberty desire reduction. So if the relations isn't working, or if you're over 50%, you're worried about somebody supporting their independence, just increase their development. Is Bremen a free city? Yes. So that will bring us into direct conflict with Austria. Which is one of the reasons I want to start trying to improve relations with Bohemia. But you're right, Bohemia's allied to... Sorry, it's rivals with Poland. I'm not going to be able to get both of them. In that case, not really worth trying. And instead, what I should probably do is improve relations with you. Now, Brandenburg, you are still not Protestant. Your entire country is Protestant. Literally. Except for 2 provinces which were reformed. Brunswick wants... Brunswick! My old punching bag. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome. How the dynamics of this game change. It's great. Where's my transport? Trade fleet. They're over here, aren't they? Still only 20%. 21. Yeah, ships aren't having a huge impact on trade being pushed. Not yet, anyway. How are we doing in terms of force limit? Oh, we're well under now. Huzzah! Getting the bigger coastline is definitely helping. Head on down here. You should arrive about the same time that they do. Or not. Bugger. You're gonna be just behind them like the entire time. I'm just gonna sit here, press G. There we go. We got them. We got them. We can get another maritime idea. However, we are only 4 years away from needing another Diplotech. We are way behind. Oof. Too bad, because the sailor maintenance reduction would be very nice. Although we are currently pretty far under. But right now, biggest problem, repaying all of these loans. Coffee boom. Ugh. Originally a drink largely associated with being terrible, coffee has become even more terrible, and now everyone's looking for tea. But while tea isn't really largely available, coffee is more expensive. Also Starbucks. Poland, recall. Let's go and improve with Lithuania again. Wow, Lithuania does not like us. I don't know if this actually does any good for us, but I'm going to do it anyway. Could try to become friends with the next emperor, that's true. Which is likely, probably going to be either Bohemia or the Palatinate. Although right now people are starting to vote for them again. So it's time for me to get a little bit underhanded. We're going to start building a spy network against Austria, and we're going to start using spies to hopefully destroy their credibility, reduce their reputation, stuff like that. Tech 10, the Commonwealth is to be coming. That's true. This has been such an unstable Muscovy, but nobody's gone to war with them. Oh no, that's not true. Sweden has. That's actually possibly good for us, because now we can get Notterburg off of Sweden. We're still going to need to go after Muscovy for Novgorod, but if we have Notterburg, then we have an adjacency, and we'll have a lot easier time shipping troops in. Interesting. And we can now do that. Cool. Can I build any more troops? Oh yeah, loads. I want one more artillery. And then after that I think it's back to infantry. Cool. There we go, everything's caught. No more illegal territory, Austria. Oh, we can have a rival. Hello, Sweden. Wait, Denmark's not a rival? I'm going to do Denmark first, because I still want to get rid of Savoy. And then turn Sweden into a rival. But right now, we don't have that mutual rivalry. And Sweden is not allied with Wolgast. We have mutual allies. Come on, Sweden. Okay. Military tech, but that's 3 years ahead of time, and somebody's already on tech 12. Austria passed 5 reforms just so another emperor reaps the benefits. I would like that. I would really like that. Bohemia's rivaled me. Alright. Brandenburg! Convert! Please! Like, your entire nation is Protestant. We need you on our side. Like, actually, this Reformation's been really quite bad. No major countries have flipped except for us. And that's going to put me at serious odds with the rest of Germany by the time the League Wars start, which thankfully haven't happened yet. I think it's because no electors have converted. And nobody joined a coalition at all. Turns out people are a bit scared of us. So they should. Yeah, no England, no France. I mean, France might well join it just to screw with Germany. Alright, we're up another 5% of money being pushed out, which is just more money going into Lubeck. Oh, now that's a point. We have Holstein, which is a centre of trade. And Stralsund. Oh, crikey, I didn't realise there was so many here. Alright, well, as much as I really don't want to take out loans, this is something that's worth taking loans out for. Stralsund, upgrade you to a level 2. Holstein, upgrade you to a level 2. Because that's going to massively increase the amount of money that we're making from trade here. And also means I'm basically never going to need to station a fleet in this area. We should also double check to see if there are in fact marketplaces in both of those locations. If not, we need to build them. Stralsund has one, but Holstein doesn't. What's Holstein doing now? Nothing. You just need money. Except we have the guy that makes building really expensive. How much is that going to increase trade power by? 5.3. Nice. Do it. Do it. Do it now. And we are now on 14 loans. Instead of paying them off, we're getting more. But we are also making a lot more money, so... swings and roundabouts. Now that we control Deathmarsh and Florinomics are kind of rubbing off on me. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Maybe in future wars you should demand conversion. Yeah. Absolutely, I should. Loans being renewed, which is just increasing inflation. I mean, again, inflation isn't a huge issue. But if I leave these loans going for too long, then they will become an issue. But then again, we are now producing 10 ducats a month, so paying these loans off should be relatively quick. Okay, can we please get somebody who is at least somewhat younger? And I think that this does need to be an admin person. Although, what year is it? Okay, we get that next year, that's fine. So yeah, we want a bureaucrat. Come on, 41. 41 is acceptable. Faction takes over guilds. In a big way? No. Not really. We're at war with Hamburg? No, I'm not giving you access. Be gone, foul beasts. Oh, you're allied to Hamburg. Although Hamburg would not answer a call. Austria would. You can't diplomatically vassalize free cities, can you? Yeah. If somebody other than Austria became emperor, unfortunately because Austria is getting 2 votes and because they're the sitting emperor, they would get re-elected. They need to have 1 more vote for either the Palatinate or for Bohemia. So Lorraine, you need to change your votes to somebody actually reasonable. Come on. The balance of power here is entirely in your hands. You must do better. Ah, you're industrious. Okay, that's better. Lorraine is voting for their overlord. Well, earlier they weren't. Earlier they were voting for themselves. They have no overlord. Lorraine's independent. I keep thinking of new things I want to spend money on. I'm having to restrain myself now. Don't do it! Don't do it! Rugen is one of the places that could do with a fort. Schleswig even more so. Or Kolding would be the best spot. If we were ever to take it. Let's speed for this. When did I say that we can get rid of the rivalry? 43 next year. When in 43? April. There should be a stable government. Several of the leading members of the government are deeply worried about some of the changes that were recently proposed to how the realm should be ruled. They demand a stop to such outrageous reforms and a return to the tried and true traditions. Naturally, they avoid mention of how these changes would affect their own power base. So lose some prestige or lose some admin. I can't afford to lose admin, we're already behind. Whoa, that was a quick uprising. What the hell? Speed 4. That's what happens on Speed 4. Still, we avoided the separatists. And government reform. Guiding principle of administration, so we can get the moral principle, which is a diplomatic possible policy, or an admin possible policy. I think we're going to go for Diplo. Can always change that later. Speaking of policies, I still can't get it because a frickin' economic hasn't finished. Ah! Pride of the fleet. Having heavy ships in our fleet is always a source of pride. Our sailors are proud to serve on them, and our people feel pride watching their might in our ports. Gain 15 prestige. And that was actually a legitimate thing that happened, because a big heavy ship is about the same size as a cathedral. So seeing them docked in port, they really are behemoths. They are huge vessels. And you can see them for miles. Although I'm not necessarily talking about the heavy ships of 1542, rather the 1800s, but still. Diplo insult against Munster. Marketplace in Holstein is done. 52% coverage. How are we doing up here? 27. Just started EU4 to see what free changes there are. The new estate rework is there. The mercenary companies are also part of it. Awesome. So what's paid? HRE reforms, maybe? Is this the Emperor DLC? Yes. Can I go after Denmark again? We still have a truce for another 3 years. Like, Denmark's truce was long. Hey, Riga's independent again. Oh, fantastic. Welcome back. Would you like to join a trade league? Poland is going against Wallachia, who is allied to Bohemia. Oh, and Brandenburg's going after Wolgast. That's actually a bit annoying. Although I took the bits that I wanted. Unless there's another centre of trade. There isn't. Nope, I got the bits I wanted. Stralsund being a centre. Yes, absolutely, Poland. I will accept. Bohemia has joined. So this is Poland, Dithmarschen, Lithuania, and Lubeck versus Bohemia. And Bohemia's army is now stuck in my territory, which is kind of interesting. So, go crazy, Poland. Go crazy. Do they have any military ideas? They have quantity. So, no. Oh, but they do have infantry combat ability and shock damage received. I, however, can get Miltech 12, and I think right now I am going to do just that. Because my troops are going to need to recover morale anyway. So, what do we want to do here? Manpower has not been our problem, so I'm not necessarily thinking that we need Tercio. Although Tercio does have a morale defense buff. But then if we can whittle down enemy morale more quickly, I'm actually going to go free shooter. Because our morale is pretty good. Okay, that's a lot of Bohemians. We do still outnumber them, though. I mean, with Poland and Lithuania together on one team, I'm not that surprised. Then who else are we up against? Wallachia. I'm not expecting anything from this war. That's fine. Just weakening Bohemia is going to be a big thing for us. I'm going to have to go and attack these individual infantry artillery units, which are just sitting there, just waiting for me to pick them off. So, we will.